So the last segment that we had was very emotional.
Trolling 105.
You gotta hold on to the mic. Yeah.
Sorry. I'm really good at this.
Yeah. So I want to go into another topic with you, Joyce. And for the record, we're gonna be doing a lot of these moving forward. So if you're not sick of us by now, good. If you are sick of us by now, keep watching. It probably gets better. But I want to talk about something serious with you, right? So in an earlier show, we had talked about what I look for in a girl,
Yes.
which ended up just being a Joyce bashing session. Love you to death. But what I want to get into is, I mean, we're on the topic of coffee right now. You're drinking coffee from Starbucks, and it's no secret that you're a very attractive female.
I think that's
So
really
when we
nice.
talk, well, hold on. Let me get to where I'm supposed to go
Oh,
with this.
God.
I'm trying to maneuver my way around
Yep,
this.
yep. The good old compliment then punch.
Boom.
Boom.
So we got the attractive female in this scenario is Joyce. We're on the topic of coffee, so I want to bring up the topic of guys who try to approach you, because this is something I think in Vancouver that happens a lot, especially downtown. Would you agree?
Yeah, I think downtown is where it's at, I think, but I mean, it's more or less the amount of people that are downtown. I
Absolutely.
mean, it correlates with crime, Generally, crimes.
We got way off topic. I'm like, what?
No, it's related. 'Cause
Okay.
Generally, guys are victims of crime more often than females, but that's young males to be particular. But that's only because generally young males are out and about more often than females are of any age. And so more things tend to happen to guys as opposed to girls, just because they are out in the world, with the great people of the world out there.
Doing the things.
Doing the thing. You do you. And then it just, if you're out and, it just gives you the opportunity to be involved in things. And with females getting approached by people, especially downtown, it's just because there's a greater population downtown than there is in like a suburb like Richmond, for example. Shout out Richmond.
I don't know if you noticed
Best
this.
suburb ever.
I don't know if you guys noticed this, but Joyce just pretty much flipped geography, criminology, sociology, and psychology all into that soliloquy that I didn't really listen to.
Of course, selective hearing.
Selective hearing. But I think, when we're on the topic of that, as I mentioned, with you being an attractive female, can you kind of just go through some of the most noticeable or most memorable moments where a guy tried to hit on you or ask for your number? Because, as a single male, I need this advice, fellas. And obviously I'm not going to get it from the other fellas because I don't want them asking me out. So I'm going to ask it from an outsider's perspective. Can you take me through some of the moments that had you like, damn, I don't like you, but that was pretty good. Take me through those moments.
So, I think that one of the best ones I've heard is a few months ago I was in Vegas for Electric Daisy Carnival, which was a splendid time.
Do it for the gram.
I did it for the gram, 100%. 10/10 would not recommend. But, so I was in Vegas and it was like 6, 7 in the morning. We were waiting. My friend and I were waiting for a cab outside. We had just gotten back from the venue where EDC took place. And this guy who was high as shit comes up to me
Don't do drugs.
and goes, "Excuse me, you dropped something." And me, being sober, 100% sober, I was like, no, I did not. Because I thought he had the intention of... He said that with the intention of me bending down to pick something off the ground. So I said, obviously, no, I didn't drop anything. He goes, "My jaw."
Don't do drugs, ladies and gentlemen.
And, yeah, and I laugh. Because I'm generally a really nice person, and I'll go along with things. I'm pretty down to earth. And I laugh, and I have a conversation with him as much as he can anyway. He goes on to profess his love for me.
Wow. And you had just met this guy.
Yes.
Love at first sight.
Yes,
Damn.
he loved me
Wow.
for 1 minute.
Don't we all? Don't we all love you?
But that was pretty funny. There was one time when I was downtown, Vancouver, and I was running to catch the last train. And then I go inside a train station, and this guy sees me, and he comes up to me, "Excuse me, do you have some gum?" And I was like, no, but Or I may have said yes. I don't know what happened,
Okay.
but that was his line. Do you have any
some-
gum? And then I proceed to...
Give him some gum.
Yeah, I don't know if I did or did not have any, but
Okay, but he initiated the
he
conversation.
initiated the conversation and then somehow like followed me to, because I had left something back at the restaurant where I was
Right.
at with my friends because we were doing karaoke. I forgot something there. It may have been my phone, which
Sure.
was crucial.
Oh, absolutely.
So I went back to the restaurant. He follows me back to the restaurant and then follows me back to the train, and we make it just in time for the last train. And then so I'm stuck on a train with this guy for a good 25 minutes.
I hear that.
So yeah, it was probably one of the most awkward train rides of my life, where he is just talking about all sorts of shit.
Yeah.
And
You just pay
yeah.
it no mind. Just
yeah,
I don't care.
Yeah, this is great. Yeah.
Did he ask for your number at the end?
Yes, he did.
Wow.
Yes.
And?
I gave it to him.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we're gonna get into a new topic then. Unless you have a creepy pickup line that you.
Oh no. I do want to say, like, sometimes I would give my real number, but I never respond to anything.
Ooh.
Sometimes I give a fake number. I'll just change one digit of my real number and then I'll give it out. But
Way to be socially aware of these things, because there are a lot of crazy people out there.
you never know.
Yeah.
So
Do you have a creepy moment? Something
Creepy
that was
moment?
just like weird or like.
I had a coincidental moment
Okay.
when I was in the Chinatown area. I don't know what I was doing, but I was crossing the street, and this guy comes up to me and he goes, "Excuse me, did you go to SFU?" SFU is a university.
We both went to.
Shout out to you, SFU. But he goes, "Did you go to SFU?" And I did. So I was like, "Yeah, I did." Very confused. And he said, "Yeah, I think we had a class together."
Nice.
And I was like, I don't think so.
I mean, it's possible.
It may have been possible, but
Right.
frankly, I think it really wasn't me, because I graduated last year and I don't know.
He's
there
older?
was just, the timelines
Okay.
don't match up.
Sure.
But that was his break
Yeah.
into conversation with me, and he proceeds to ask me questions about school, life, tips on after graduating, and asks for my number, says we should get coffee, like right now.
Yeah.
And I was like, sorry, I'm busy. I'm going to meet my friend right now. And he goes, okay, how about later? Give me your number. And I really did not feel like giving my number out to that guy, so I said, why don't you give me your number and I'll text you if anything. And he goes, yeah, I have a lot of female friends, and they say that to get guys off their back. And I was like,
Damn. This guy was ready.
yeah, so I gave it to him, changed the digit.
Ah.
That was the most coincidental one.
Yeah.
And then the creepiest, I just remembered, the creepiest one was I was in a taxi. I was going to my friend's birthday. Shout out to you, Queena.
Yay for Queena.
But I was on my way to my friend's birthday dinner, and I was in a cab, and he tries to talk with me. I get this a lot, like, cab drivers are bored, they'll talk to you,
Yeah,
whatever.
for sure.
Yeah, so I was talking to this guy, and he goes, what's your name? You have a boyfriend? What's your number? And he said, anytime you need a cab ride. Oh, no. This is what he started off with. He was like, what are you doing later? Can I pick you up? And I said, I forgot exactly what I said, but he's like, anytime you need anything, you need me to pick you up, you want candy, you want alcohol, like I'll drop it off to you. And I was like, oh my God.
And you said no?
Yes, I said no.
Are you kidding me?
Candy is what lures you in, huh?
I was gonna say the alcohol, but candy works too.
Yeah, I mean, it was a very generous offer on his part, but
Yeah.
probably not the greatest life choice that you can make,
No?
Probably not.
So,
Safety is
what you're
important.
telling me is right now, this moment right now,
Mhm.
we could have a bottle of vodka just standing here if you had just gone along with the plan.
I could also be dead. Like
What
limbs.
what you need to understand is this, right? Because I go to a lot of church. Actually, I've been to church
You go
like
to
twice.
yeah.
I went last week and I went like 2 weeks before that.
Mhm.
God has a plan. If the plan is that you die, then you die. But if God's plan is that there's going to be a bottle of vodka sitting right here,
Mhm.
should roll with it. But now we have neither. You're not. So,
I'm sorry. I failed you.
it's okay. I don't even drink, so yeah.
Trolling.
Trolling.
Trolling 106 with Kyle.
Is it
That
106
is the
now?
next episode.
Uh-huh. But I guess the last question I wanted to ask you is, you had mentioned that you sometimes switch the digits around.
Yes.
Sometimes you actually do give them the number.
Yes.
But most of the times you don't reply.
Yes.
What if they call you? Because I'm sure that's happened.
No one's ever called me.
They don't have the
before.
balls to call you?
No.
You guys, you got to start calling.
Because if you call a girl, that will freak them the hell out.
You think so?
Yes.
That doesn't show initiative?
It shows initiative, but it will freak a girl out because no one really does that anymore.
That's
It's all
true.
texting.
That's true. But see, the way I look at it is this. You text somebody, they can always just be like, hey, I didn't receive your text. They're
That's
free.
true. You know, I have never thought of that. I just don't respond.
You call someone, what are they going to say? Oh, I'm out of minutes. No. It doesn't happen.
Could be.
Yeah. So
That's a pretty good one.
that is a good. So I'm going to start calling people then.
Do it.
Yeah.
I think you should do that.
I won't even call from my number. I'll call from like a Skype line.
Do it for the gram.
Do it for the gram. Guess who?
It's your boy.
It's your boy.
King Buddha.
King Buddha.